Do you know why you're so afraid of being bored? You're standing in line at the grocery store, nothing's happening, no one's talking, no music, just silence, just stillness, just boredom. But you don't even notice it, because your hand's already in your pocket, your thumb's already on the screen, your brain already craving stimulation before you could name the feeling that came before it. That little flick of the wrist? That wasn't random. That was fear. Not a loud, screaming fear. A quiet one. A fear of being left alone with your thoughts. A fear of stillness. A fear of that strange, hollow moment where nothing is happening. We don't talk about that fear. But it's there, and it's running your life more than you think. Here's the thing. Boredom isn't bad. It's not a problem to solve. It's a message to listen to. Boredom is your mind asking you to pause. It's the space where new thoughts form, where creativity is born, where your brain sorts through everything it's absorbed and decides what matters. But when we label boredom as bad or wasted time, we miss the point. Because boredom isn't the enemy, it's the signal, the gateway, the in-between, the place between consumption and creation, between noise and insight. But we've trained ourselves to fear that space, to escape it at all costs, and we do it by filling every moment with scrolling, tapping, liking, watching, until there's no room left for us to be with ourselves. Remember long car rides, looking out the window, daydreaming? Remember being a kid, lying on the floor, staring at the ceiling, imagining whole worlds in your mind? That was boredom, and it was magical. It was in those moments that we figured out who we were. It's where imagination lived. It's where our inner voice had room to speak. But now, we panic at the red light. We reach for the phone in the elevator. We scroll between episodes. We text during movies. We don't let our minds wander anymore. We don't give ourselves the gift of empty space. We've replaced it with noise. Because silence feels uncomfortable. Because we forgot how to sit with ourselves. Social media didn't invent our fear of boredom, but it weaponized it. Every app you use is in a race to fill your idle time, your down moments, your mental gaps, because that's where your attention lives, and your attention is the product. The goal isn't just to entertain you, it's to hook you, to reroute your boredom into a dopamine loop. The infinite scroll, the autoplay, the push notifications, they're all designed to make stillness feel unbearable. So now, the second you're alone with nothing to do, you feel a kind of panic. And the algorithm is right there, waiting to soothe it. Except it's not soothing you. It's distracting you from yourself. What happens to a brain that's never still? Your brain was not built for constant stimulation. It needs rhythm, peaks and valleys, input and integration. But when we flood it with content, without pause, without rest, something breaks. We lose focus. We lose patience. We lose depth. We become addicted to novelty, allergic to slowness, and intolerant of anything that doesn't give us an immediate hit. This is why silence feels painful, why books feel hard to read, why conversation feels slow, why boredom feels like suffocation, because your mind is overstimulated and undernourished. You're not broken, you're just overwhelmed. Here's what no one tells you. When you never allow yourself to be bored, you never truly meet yourself. Distraction isn't just avoidance, it's isolation, not from others, from yourself. And the more you escape into screens, the more the real you fades into the background. The you that gets curious, the you that asks questions, the you that feels things deeply. That version of you needs quiet, needs time, needs boredom. But if every empty moment is filled, that version never gets to breathe. And the worst part? You might not even realize you're lonely, because distraction feels like company. But it's not. It's noise pretending to be connection. Every great idea you've ever had came from boredom. That random thought in the shower, that breakthrough while walking alone, that solution you dreamed up while staring into space. Boredom is the birthplace of insight, of imagination, of originality. But when every second is filled with content, there's no space for ideas to land, no room for new thoughts to rise up. You become a consumer, not a creator, a reactor, not a thinker. You start mimicking what you see instead of discovering what you think, because your inner voice can't compete with the volume of the feed. When your brain is constantly flooded with information, something subtle happens. You stop trusting yourself. You second-guess your ideas, your choices, your voice, because you've spent so much time absorbing other voices. And so decision-making becomes harder, because you're disconnected from your own intuition. You look for validation, for permission, for templates. You outsource your thinking to the internet, and you don't even notice it happening because it feels normal now. But deep down, your brain is tired, not from boredom, from never being bored, from never getting space to feel, to choose, to know. Let's be honest, stillness is terrifying, because when the noise stops, you might hear things you don't want to. The doubts, the fears, the grief, the truth. But what if that's exactly what you need? What if healing starts in the silence? What if your next chapter is waiting in the space between distractions? That's what boredom gives you. The courage to go inward, to face yourself, to find yourself, to forgive yourself. You don't need to run from boredom. You need to sit with it. Because on the other side of it is everything you've been too busy to feel. So what can you do? Start small. Put the phone down in the grocery line. Let yourself stare out the window. Leave space between tasks. Sit in silence for 60 seconds. Not because it's productive, but because it's human. Because you deserve a mind that doesn't panic when it pauses. Because boredom isn't the problem, it's the path. The path back to focus, to creativity, to presence, to peace. You don't need more content. You need more room, more stillness, more you. You're not afraid of boredom. You're afraid of meeting yourself. But that's where the good stuff lives. Go there.